Grandmaster is finally here. Welcome back, Guardian. My name is Ristophilus. Today we're going to be talking about the Inside Terminus, but before we get started, I just want to address a lot of comments that I've seen, even top streamers talking about the reward system sucking for Grandmaster, and I can somewhat agree with that. But another thing is the mindset of Grandmaster has got to be altered a little bit, because these are going to get a lot easier over time. A lot of players haven't, practiced doing 25 light under nightfalls, and I've been telling people for a really long time to practice under light nightfalls, because Grandmaster is going to require you to have some hella skill sets to be able to maneuver around ads and polish up on your strategies to be able to carve through areas a lot more effectively. Today we're going to be talking about a build and the guide to go with Inside Terminus, but just know that Grandmaster is more about an experience instead of the reward system. It's finally a place you can put together a build and it matter 100% to get you through the Grandmaster at an effective rate and survive it and get in and out of situations, even down to your resist mods that I've been talking about on every episode I've made of Grandmaster guides up until right now. Resist mods are going to be the future in building. When you can get those extra shots, even an extra swipe from a slasher by having those 3 minors for this one, it really does pay off and gives you a lot more footing and a lot more confidence in battle, knowing that you can't get wiped immediately by 1 shot or 2 shot against ads. So let's hop into this video. We're going to start off with the introduction to the strike, the very first part, because these patrol ads are actually Grandmaster light level, so make sure that you always go right. But be careful when you jump down, because ledges like this, if you land on them, you'll immediately kill yourself. Also, staircases in the strike, the geometry is just really off in this whole nightfall, such as right here. That was our last revive in our first attempt, and boom, I'm already dead just by landing wrong on a stair set. So just be mindful of the ground layout in the strike, because it's kind of off. Also, I talked about this in the Word of Nothing Grandmaster, but proper revives. Learn how to hold the revive button while being able to move around and jump still. Around 70% of that circle filling up, start jumping in the air, and then learn how to hit X or your boost button to kind of boost around fire, because fire rates are a lot more often and a lot quicker, and you can get yourself killed really quick. Now, starting off with this area, after you've cleared the ads, you need to wait for all the ads to pile up in these 2 spots. One is right there where I threw that rocket, which I highly recommend somebody on the team to have a rocket. It's an ultimate ad clear weapon, and just know that it's not always about DPS. DPS doesn't mean ad control. A lot of players are still under the assumption that if a weapon does a lot of damage, it must be the better choice, and that's just not true. Rockets are way faster ad clear weapons than any other heavy weapon you can have in the entire game. They have range, they have blast radius, and they have a lot of damage, enough damage, and ads are more of a threat in my opinion, and also more fun to just slay out on. I don't like running past ads and going invisible, doing all that. It's just not fun for me. I play Grandmaster to slay out and have fun slaying out. It's not really about how fast can I get to the finish line. It's more about how hard can I slay and have fun in this game, and rocket launchers are really great tools at doing that. They clear ads more effectively, and you need to choose your battle based on the type of weapon you're going to be using. So if I want to go fast on ads, I'm going to use a rocket. If I want to go fast on champs, I'll use a grenade launcher. I'm not saying everybody should have a rocket launcher. It might be nice for somebody to have a grenade launcher, somebody to have a rocket, somebody to have a sword, so you can mix match it based on the ad layout in the entire strike. But rockets are my all-time favorite. They have range damage, the blast radius to take out multiple type of ads. I don't like just any rocket though. It's got to be a field prep max blast type rocket with either a clown cartridge, cluster bombs, or shield disorient. Those are my favorite 3 in the entire game. So if you farm the trials rocket, Void for this nightfall is extremely useful, especially during the boss fight, which we're going to get into later. But I'm also not saying that I'm going to use a rocket launcher on every Grandmaster, just like I'm not always going to use Dawn mods on every Grandmaster. I'm going to be using cell builds on 4 out of the 6 Grandmasters, and then on 2 of them I'm going to be using Dawn mods. So it's always different for every Grandmaster you're going to be doing. Sometimes I'll use a sword, sometimes I'll use a rocket, sometimes I'll use something else, but rocket launchers in this nightfall are really, really handy tools to have. Now let's hop into this next area, the first charge plate for the 2 Unstoppables. If this situation were to happen, this is me and UTEPR's 2-man, and we had planned to charge my Nova Bomb to go with his Nova Bomb, but then this slasher runs up and I have to use a finisher to not get too slashed by this other one running up, which would have killed me had I not done the finisher on the first one. So I had to get the ammo, and now I'm screwed. I don't have a Nova Bomb, so I'm going to have to use this rocket, and hopefully we'll be able to charge the plate by the time one of us gets killed, basically, while the other one can just wipe and the other one can pick up. So this is the situation that actually does happen. So what happens is he finishes charging the plate, I back up, we probably know one's going to die, so if this does happen, what you need to do is back out of the room immediately. Don't try to melt them. Trying to melt 2 25 light under probably isn't going to happen no matter what loadout you have. So you just go back the way that you came and start pushing your way back forward. Only if this happens though. Normally if you have 2 Nova bombs, you can melt them no problem. 2 Novas and rockets with the grenades can take both of them out. but sometimes your unstoppable weapon won't proc right, or just different things can happen, such as that slasher situation that happened. So if that does happen, just go back the way you came, work your way back in, melt the 2 ads, and then pick your teammate back up. After this place, you're going to go to the big midsection, and this is really kind of a crucial area in the entire strike because a lot of things can go wrong, so I'll explain it the best way that I can. You don't have to stand back here and try to pick off ads from afar and stuff like that. What you do is you walk in, you take out these 2 first red bar ads, then take out the 2 scions, and then one of you needs to go all the way right, and what it does is it procs that champion to stay in that midsection that I'm throwing the rocket at right now, and once he stays there, you just wipe all the other ads. And then as a team, that rock that I'm in front of right now, you can head glitch him behind that, or just pile up however you need to as a team to take him out. After you've killed that champion, all of you go to one side of the room. I recommend the side that you're seeing right here, and pile up on one door, or have somebody go to the far right door and somebody the front right door. The champion's going to come out of random doors. You don't really know where they're going to come out of, basically. And if you do get a champion on your door, just throw a grenade and run away. If you have Telesto, you can plant early traps so when they come out, all the ads get killed by it. But the champs won't chase you right away. They always go to the middle first and then start figuring out where you're at again and then chase you all over again. So if they first pour out of the door, don't freak out. They are going to go to the midsection and not chase you just yet. But like I said, you can plant traps and kill all the ads first on one side, and then y'all can just camp there and kill the remainder ads, and then pile up on all the champions. It's important to always kill the unstoppable last on the second phase of this entire area, which I'll repeat again in just a second. But there's nothing that I can really say that's going to give you some magical skill set to complete this midsection. It's just going to be the advice I can give you, and don't jump in the Vex milk, because if you die and you're too deep in that Vex milk, nobody can revive you at all, and you can't just, hit square and wait 30 seconds and come back. You have to be revived, and if you're dead and you're deep inside that, it only takes 3 ticks to kill you, and I wouldn't recommend somebody sacrificing a revive on that, because then you got to go back to orbit and start it all over again. Or you gotta wait till they finally get to the boss and you revive, or whatever situation would happen. But stay away from the Vex milk, and if you do hit it, jump out immediately. After you've killed every champ and then the unstoppable drops the ball to go dump it in that first station, go to the left side over here, because you can use these 2 to use special finisher on, which I highly recommend somebody on the team have special finisher to give somebody Ariana ammo or Telesto ammo or whatever special you're using. You can lure them over and then use special finisher, and then after that you can head glitch the champion right here. But do not slam the ball in yet until your teammate is prepared at a door that the ads are going to come out of. So tell them to hold and then cue them when they need to dump the ball in, so you can get plenty prepared, start laying your Telesto traps, get your grenade charged even. Just make sure you're prepared to cover the doors and repeat the same thing you did on phase 1. And it's very important, like I was saying, don't kill the unstoppable until all the ads are dead, because if you kill it too soon, it's going to spawn more ads out of the doors and all the other champions at the very end of the map where you go slam ball number 2 in, and it's just too much to handle sometimes. These ads hit way too hard to summon that many ads on yourself at once. And when I say all ads, I mean champions too. Make sure the unstoppable is the very final one that you kill, and then as soon as you kill the unstoppable, it's going to then summon more ads out of the doors. You're going to kill them, and then once there's no more ads, you're going to then pick the ball up. And once you do that and start carrying it to the front, another champ is going to fall out of the sky. Don't get crushed by him, and then you're going to kill that champ. And here's just a side tip: if you have a grenade that lands next to you or whatever, or even on you, because grenades can one-shot you or one blow up you, whatever you want to call it, what you do is use your class ability, and it negates a lot of that damage. I'm not saying that you're never going to get killed by doing this, but it can give you a better chance of not getting killed by doing your class ability right at the time that it blows up. Now back to after you killed that final champion after the unstoppable, the one that slams down in the middle, you're going to have these 2 final champs that are at the very end that are guarding the dump station number 2. One person can stay where you just saw me leave, and then one of you can also come over here. The 2 slashers, they don't come past where you just saw that one, and you can actually just sit here and kind of help with damage around the corner, or even take some damage off the person with the anti-barrier weapon, which is UTEPers in this situation. And then once you kill it, you can go over here and kill all the ads, or you can go completely opposite side of where you just saw me and hop up. The slashers don't come to the very far end of either of those areas, but no matter how you want to do it, I'd jump up here with the champion. You can head glitch him just like you did the first one if you wanted to, but I highly recommend don't do what I just did. Just do the head glitch. I'm just being a little bit reckless just because that's just how I play sometimes. Now moving on to the boss battle. This block that I'm standing on is a really good spot to stand on to do damage and to prep for all the adds that are pouring out. I know about the cheese spot you can do when you can hang off the ledge over there to the right side of the map, but I don't really like cheese spots that much. I think they're just really boring to sit there and, you know, pick away at targets the whole time. I like to kind of be inside the battle a little more, but feel free if you want to go over there. I'm not hating on anybody that does go over there. It's just not how I like to play the game, basically. I like to be in the fight. But if you sit where I'm sitting right now, the void grenade can't climb up this wall, so you're perfectly safe right here. It has a 1% chance that it can climb the wall, but if it does, it normally just blows you up in the air, and then, you know, you won't get killed by it or anything, but that's a very rare chance. It happens one time this entire Nightfall. But like I said, stay on top of that block. There's also a wall you can stand on top of that the same thing happens where it doesn't climb up, but it has a higher rate of climbing up than the block that I'm standing on. But you can sit there the whole time and do damage, and Kargan's kind of an idiot. He's not that smart when it comes to his mechanic. It's the adds and the control of the adds that's kind of the challenge of this entire battle. Now I'm going to talk to you about the charged plate phase, because this is really crucial in a way you can actually charge all three at one time if you have a 3-man team. Or if you have a 2-man team, you can do 2 at a time, or if you're soloing it, you can do the long route and do it 1 at a time. But this is how you do it. Once all the adds come out, what you want to do is kill every add that has a gun, but leave the slashers alone. I recommend 3 minor resists for this part because you can survive a slash from them with a little pinch of health left, but if you don't have any minor resist or just 2 on, you will die from it. But what you do is you kill everything that has a gun, leave the slashers. There should be 4 adds total, 4 slashers that is. Here's the damage of getting slashed by 1, but once you do that, you want to weaken all the slashers down to where they're almost dead, but not almost dead, like half health, because you want to give them a little time to where you're doing damage. As they're charging towards you on the plate, have 1 person on each plate, and then as they're coming towards you, you're going to start killing them as they're closing in, and by the time you kill them, and by the time new adds summon out of the doorways, you'll have already charged your plate by the time the new adds come to the plate, if that makes sense. So you save 4 and it prevents adds from summoning, and then right when they're coming towards you, you melt them as you're seeing right here. We actually didn't do the 3-plate charge phase because this is the first time I've actually done this with a team. I used to use this as a solo strategy back when it was just regular Nightfalls and stuff. But if you want to do it 1 plate at a time, just repeat the same strategy. Kill all the 4 slashers as they're rushing towards your plate and you're charging the plate. And then by the time the new adds come out, by the time they get to the plate should already be charged. And then if everybody's standing on the plate all at one time, all 3 of them will be charged at the same time. You just have to do it in sync and make sure everybody knows to stay on their plate right when you call it out. It really doesn't matter what 4 adds you keep alive. It's just easier to do the slashers because if they have guns, they can shoot longer ranges, but the slashers actually have to rush to you before they can actually do damage. But like I said, leave 4 slashers. It prevents any more adds from coming out. And then once they're closing in and you're on the plate, you melt them, it summons new adds, and then by the time the adds get there, the plates are charged. If all 3 of you are on it, all 3 plates will get charged simultaneously. Now for the last half of battle. Kargan can now move to the back half of the map, so back where you're shooting from, that's where Kargan will start moving to, and this is why I recommend a Void rocket launcher, preferably the Trials one with field prep to get those rockets going in and out a lot quicker to down more adds faster before they can gain more ground. The faster you clear them, less ground they gain, and the less trapped you become, where you don't have to maneuver around the map as much and lose your spot, and you can remain on this block the entire time. You will have to move some because you're going to have to go out and get ammo. If you do need ammo, communicate with your teammate that you need to go out for ammo, because if they keep shooting the boss, it's just going to summon more adds, and you might be stuck out there getting ammo, and then you're piled with adds on top of you, and then you can't run back and start doing damage, and then the adds start gaining ground, they're throwing grenades, and those grenades can kill you, and then one thing leads to another, and it starts trickling downhill, and before you know it, you're wiping and going back to orbit, or wasting revives, precious revives you might need. And just to repeat this, there's really nothing I can say or give you that perfect, never die strategy. It's really going to be up to you and your movement around the adds. If you want to use the cheese spot, by all means do that. If you just think you need to go over there, and hide from it, I don't even recommend cell builds here, because if you use cell weapons, the chance of you making a cell, unless it's a machine gun, is very slim, but the machine gun's arc, you can't bust shields, and I recommend the Void class, which means you can't use Tyrant Surge, and your Nova Bomb or your Void grenades in general are really important here. If you're on a Titan, I recommend using mid-tree Void so you can throw those shields with Doom Fangs and keep the super going for a really long time during this battle, and then top tree Tether if you're a hunter with Orpheus rigs. This is what we had whenever we did 3-man on this, but like I said, just have good communication. If you need ammo, go get the ammo. Try to use 2 rocket finders, which I do have on this build. Dual rocket finders, dual rocket reserves. It's important to have somebody with a rocket. It just really helps in the ad clear phase. You can use grenade launchers and such, but it's just not going to be as effective during ad clearing as a rocket launcher is going to be, and the properties that it has, the blast radius that it has, and just all the above. Basically, they're just ultimate for this entire Nightfall and several other Nightfalls that are going to be happening for Grandmaster as well that we'll talk about. Here's minor resist. If you get hit, it gives you that extra shot, like you're at half health and you get hit by another ad. It's not an immediate wipe. So like I said, those minor resist will help you with those slug shotties. 2 major resist is what I have on as well, to help you with burn damage from the majors and from the champions that also shoot at the unstoppables during the midsection of battle and things. But keep moving if you need to. But if you can remain on that block, that's going to be your safest spot the entire battle. Eventually, you'll start withering down the health of Kargan, and you'll kill it, and you'll have a successful completion of your Insight Terminus Grandmaster. But that's it for today, Guardian. I appreciate y'all watching this and tuning in. Hopefully this guy will help you out. You might have to rewatch it a few times to really grasp it. It may have looked easier than it actually is. It's just all about ad control and strategy to control the situations that are going to be happening during the entire battle. If you can control everything that's going to be happening, you can kind of manipulate and just have the strike go your way instead of getting overrun with ads and trying to go at it all random and stuff. Here's the final version of the build that I use for the Slayer role inside Terminus. I'm using Telesto, so I used Quick Charge to go with that because it procs all the time. Protective Light was my main focus, as well as Team Recharge using Verity's Brow and the ×5 glitch you can do when you kill an ad and then kill another one with floor damage. It charges the ×5. That way I get insane recharge rates with my grenades. I'm also using Shield Break Charge for every time I break a shield. I have Protective Light waiting on me. I'm also using Taking Charge so I can still use better already, even though I have a supercharge. So everything you see there, 2 majors, 3 minor resist, perfect balance for resist in that entire battle. I was also asked why I don't use spare rations. I like my Better Devils, Threat Detector, Explosive Payload, and also Steady Rounds, or the option of Tac Mag. I think Better Devils, in my opinion, the way that I shoot it, is a lot more reliable. I don't use a lot of my primary weapon. I'm usually Telesto and then Special Finisher a lot, and then I use my hand cannon to stagger enemies a lot sooner. It staggers always a shot sooner, and the sooner I can stop an ad from doing whatever they're about to do, the better. I get that overflow can be beneficial on spare rations, but like I said, I don't sit there and spam my hand cannon that much. It's usually just used as a finisher or to stop an ad and just, you know, shoot them real quick to stop what they're doing and then go to fusion rifle or whatever I'm doing basically. But I just always like the way that Better Devil shot. It's just more of a straight shooter for how I'm using it and the pace that I like to go. It's just more accurate on the move. But huge shout out to Psylocke the Defiled. He's the reason that Miss Blitz was able to join us as our 3rd for our Grandmaster. He did the raid and helped her get her light right so she could join. Also shout out to Nino Brown, who helped me in test on my Warden of Nothing last video that I did. He helped me sitting through a lot of the tests that I was doing for that video, so huge shout out to him. If you want to join the B Squad, feel free to support this channel so I can keep more content coming. Now that my XP grind is finally over, I can get back to making content, more guides, and help you bros out. But again, my name is Ristophilis. Hit that subscribe button. Become Beast, and I'll see you all in the next video next time.
In space.